Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new DC live stream. I'm your host, Matthew Batiri, here with my co-host, the lovely bearded Wasim Debussy. How are you, my friend?
G'day, Matty. How are you? And I'd like to welcome a new guest to the show. Meet
Oh,
Charlie.
no. Oh, I'm already sneezing.
This is our newest family member. His name is Charlie.
You can't just bring a cat up in this chat when we know that the viewers prefer dogs. We've gone through this.
I already know that the viewers have said they like both dogs and cat. And this little kitten thinks he's a dog. If you watch my story today, you would have seen him licking my face, and I think he identifies as a dog.
Oh, righto. One of those pets, eh?
That should make you happy. Thanks, Belinda. He's absolutely gorgeous. Just came into the family a couple of days ago, and he's fit right in.
He looks cute, but he'd probably make me sneeze, so we'll be passing that on.
Belinda says now she's officially a dog person because she wasn't allowed to be both.
All right, guys, we're going to get stuck in.
My books, I love dogs too, but I just prefer cats over dogs.
Oh, we're going to cut to the chase. We're going to jump into the news. We've got heaps to talk about this week, especially. I'm not too sure if it's in what we're talking about, but there was a hack today.
Binance I actually did look that up. There was a hack today. Binance Smart Chain got hacked, and it was like $100 million taken off the chain.
I hope my funds haven't gone anyway. No, they're not.
No, apparently it was one Wales. Apparently it was.
That's definitely me then. That's definitely me.
Definitely you. Fair enough. $500 million worth of BNB was recently hacked.
All right, that's a lot of BNB.
Network to launder the funds. So they're onto him.
All right, good. Well, we're going to jump straight in, and mate, take us away.
Sorry about that. My computer just started talking. All right, guys, let's move into the news highlights. And the first one for today is around the first day of the highly anticipated Crypto Expo in Dubai 2022. Now, as you guys know, we mentioned that we went to a crypto convention here a couple of weeks ago in Australia, and it was over 3,500 people right in the middle of a bear market. Now, it's not surprising that this event in Dubai, which is a country that is trying to make itself the hub, a crypto hub around the world, specifically around the Middle East and Africa, they had their first they had their crypto expo with over 10,000 people coming in, 10,000 traders and investors. There was over 100,000 crypto organizations. We speak with 60 speakers from all around the world. It's been a very highly anticipated event where they discussed things like how to get invested in crypto, how to profit. They looked at things, the difference between CeFi and DeFi. They had launched new tokens. So it's been an amazing event for those that attended it, and just shows that even though we are in the middle of a bear market, this technology is moving forward regardless of what. Moving on to the next one is the Middle East and North Africa, I should say, our fastest growing crypto markets data. Now, look, I've got to admit, this data did get me a little bit by surprise because I thought it was Latin America that was leading the pack with all the news that we're always covering about Latin America. And obviously, Middle East, I've spoken about Qatar and about Bahrain and about Dubai in the past and UAE. Also spoke about Egypt recently and Turkey. But what this shows was in about 22 countries, which are considered to be Middle East and North Africa, the growth has been up like 48% from last year. And Latin America came in as a 40% growth, and North America came in at 36% growth. But what's more interesting than that is that the countries in these North African and Middle Eastern countries, the countries that are actually opposed to crypto as a government, they're the ones that had the biggest growth. So a couple of weeks ago, I spoke about Egypt and how they're all trying to ban crypto and whatnot. Now, what was funnily enough is in Egypt, crypto growth was 221.7% in crypto transaction. Now, a lot of these countries where crypto has been used is because obviously the value of their fiat money is right now being debased because of the strength of the US dollar and because of everything that's happening around the world. So people taking their money and putting it into crypto for a safer haven. Especially countries like Egypt and Turkey, where they've had massive debasement. The richer Middle Eastern countries, however, it was different. What they found in this report was in the richer Middle Eastern countries like Saudi, like UAE, like Bahrain, like Qatar, these richer Middle Eastern countries, where the majority of the crypto activity has been at institutional and sovereign wealth level. So these are countries that, at the high end, at government levels, they're working hard and fast to implement crypto. They're being very innovative. And the rest of the countries around there are saying that this is a way that the average person can actually protect their net worth. All right, next one is what do we have here? Coinbase CEO announces documentary on cryptocurrency exchange. Now, guys, I checked out the trailer for this. Actually looks like a really interesting trailer. If you scroll down a little bit, Maddie, you can see that they've got a link to the trailer. Get onto YouTube, type in the word coin trailer. The documentary will be called Coin. And it's a story about how Coinbase was created. It's a story about the founder, how anybody can start a tech company and take it to where he's taken it, which is gone public now. Also has people like Michael Saylor in there, other crypto influencers about why crypto and the people in crypto are actually trying to do good. One of the things they say in the trailer is that 90% of people in crypto don't really understand the movement of crypto. They don't understand how crypto is trying to make the world a better place. Only 10% of those in crypto really understand that. So I think this will be a great documentary. It's going to be on Apple TV, Prime, YouTube, a few others, and it'll be coming out. Well, they say 7th of October, which is technically today for us here in Australia, but it probably won't come out till tomorrow here in Australia because obviously we're a little bit ahead. When we get into our night time, they go into their morning time. So probably by the time we wake up tomorrow, we'll be able to see here in Australia. If you are in America, it will be on the 7th of November. Next up, we have. Okay, so finally, so we spoke a little bit about this last week that the European Union legislation around crypto was leaked, and there was a lot of talk about it in the media. Now it's actually been finally revealed to the people by the European Union Parliament. And what they basically said is that any crypto asset or any crypto business needs to have a crypto asset white paper. They've put in a framework for what stable coin providers need to have, what kind of liquidity and what kind of assets they need to have. But more importantly, they said that this is going to, one of the quotes came from Mayrad McGuinness, who's the European Commissioner for the European Union. She said it creates a brand new set of rules for crypto projects. Ones that will challenge crypto's current position as an underdog and make it a fully fledged participant in the financial services space. At the same time, we also believe that the industry should still be able to innovate without any undue burden. So it's been a good day for crypto in terms of legislation. And next week, she's actually going to meet with the US at the IMF meeting that they're having to discuss the MiCA legislation and how the US can actually start looking at incorporating it. And she wants to speak to the US governments about what they're doing when it comes to their crypto legislation. So great day for crypto, good move forward. Let's see where this takes us. And last but not least, we've also been speaking about this quite a bit. We've mentioned it, that this is coming. The Russian government is looking at doing this. So basically now the US, sorry, not the US, the finance ministry of Russia have come out and said that we are now going to allow international settlements in cryptocurrencies for any industry without restrictions. Now, this is a great movement forward for international trade and for companies to be able to use crypto to pay for services. Obviously, this has come because of the restrictions that Russia is under at the moment through the IMF and through SWIFT system. They're not allowed to trade. They're weaponizing money. So Russia's saying now what we can now use cryptocurrencies to be able to trade without having to get the approval of any other power. However, even within Russia, the central bank is not as crypto friendly, and they've been very cautious about this. They're not happy with this move, and they've also gone full steam ahead with their own CBDC plan, which is the central bank digital currency. And that's it from the news highlights, my friend.
Thank you, Wasim. Much appreciated. We'll see you in about 5 minutes.
See you then.
All right, guys, over to the Twitter highlights. First highlight by Altcoin Daily. If Elon Musk buys Twitter, bots will be gone. Dogecoin will be a native currency. Donald Trump will be back. What else do you think? So it's quite interesting that they say that Elon buys Twitter, because Elon spoke about having Doge as the native currency for Twitter, which would be so funny. But in the trial where Elon is going to trial with Twitter in regards to the settlement and all that, some text messages were made available to the public, and one of those were that he's going to make a blockchain version of Twitter where tweets are embedded in the transaction of comments. So basically you'll need to pay 0.1 Doge per comment to comment or to repost. Now I checked the Doge price today and it's still quite low, so I might get myself a little bag of Doge. I have held Doge previously in the past. Meme coins always do quite well during a bear market, but look, it's no lie. Elon does like Doge because it goes against everything, even cryptocurrencies in a way. So it might not be the worst thing to get a little bit of Dogecoin in my bag. Next one is by Watcher Guru. Just in European Union bans all crypto assets, accounts, and custody services belonging to Russians. Now, look, they can ban all they like, but that's why we have DEXs, decentralized exchanges. We've got Uniswap, 1inch, PancakeSwap. These allow anyone to buy cryptocurrencies no matter where they are without any KYC. So as long as you've got some sort of wallet that can connect to those websites, mainly MetaMask or something like that, they can ban whatever they like, but people can still access cryptocurrencies, and even if the Russian government was trading crypto, they could do it decentralized. So I don't know how they're going to check sort of verification and IDs from EU clients. I guess they'll have to ban residents and locals that have KYC, because they'll know they're from Europe. But there's different ways that you can still be involved in cryptocurrency without having KYC. The next tweet is from Jameson Lop. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You've felt it your entire life, and there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there like a splinter in your mind driving you mad. Funnily enough, if he didn't finish on this sentence, I would have thought that this was from the movie The Matrix.
It is from the movie in The Matrix.
Is it?
Exactly. This is Morpheus giving Neo just before he gives him the option to take the red pill or the blue pill.
Oh, is it? Oh, really? I was like, this is so Matrix. I was like, this is so Matrix.
That's why I jumped back in.
Does he say that at the end as well, like a splinter in your mind? I don't remember that last sentence being.
No, it's just there, but it's there.
Look, this part, I was like, oh, this is from the Matrix. Because
Morpheus said that 100%.
Okay. Guys, if you haven't yet checked that out, Escaping the Financial Matrix video, you've got to check it out. It's a great cameo to the Matrix movie. I'm sure one of I'm sure one of our helpers that is watching right now is going to post the video in the comment section so you guys can watch it. It's true. Right now we're in a bit of a financial matrix with the governments and so forth having too much control of the economy. So if you want to escape it, crypto is definitely the way to get out of that rat race and be your own bank. Did you want to add any more, Wasim?
Yeah, I've just posted the link, guys. The link is whatisthefinancialmatrix.com. It's not going to come up on every platform, but it'll come up on the Facebook and YouTube. But check it out and understand that.
Awesome. Thank you, my friend. Next, we've got reflexivity research. Bitcoin's hash rate has soared to new all-time highs now, 3x from the lows reached during the China mining ban. Now, when I read this tweet, I quickly went to the charts to look at the hash rate, and yes, the hash rate indicator or hash ribbons indicator is pretty wide apart. So it doesn't look like we're going to get a capitulation at the current present time. But that being said, doesn't mean like just because miners are online doesn't mean a big whale just can't come in and dump the price. So right now, for me, I still think that Bitcoin is going to go lower before it goes higher. But this hash rate is definitely good. It's great optimism for anyone that thinks that we've bottomed. And like I said, I'd rather be wrong and rich than right and wrong. I hope that Bitcoin has bottomed and now moves to the upside. I think it would be good for everyone's bags. But at the end of the day, I've just got to go off what the charts are telling me. But when you are dealing with something that is decentralized and can be manipulated, because the Bitcoin price can be manipulated more so than stocks because it is decentralized, anything can happen. You can have like capitulation and, someone could dump the price because right now there's probably no liquidity on the exchanges because everyone's either taking them off exchanges, which is what we recommend you should do. You should be putting it into a cold wallet like a Ledger or Trezor or something like that, never leaving your crypto on an exchange. But look, I hope that we bottom and I hope we move up from here. But I guess we'll wait and see. Yeah, slow goings at the moment, slow goings. Last tweet we have from Otavio Costa, largest 4-month drop in job openings since the beginning of lockdowns. To be fair, this number is falling from very high levels, but the current drop is massive and must be emphasized. Today's decline is way worse than any other print we saw during the GFC and tech bust. So, look, that's not good. No jobs for the US individuals. It's look, this is what I mean. This is why everything that I'm seeing in the charts is kind of opposing everything that's happening in the back end. But I did see something about, I think the Californian state in America is going to be giving people stimulus checks or something. So it looks like some states in the US want to print their way out of this thing because everyone knows we're in a recession. So things are either going to get worse or stay pretty bad for a little while. Like Bitcoin still being at 20 shows me great confidence that people are starting to see it as an asset to hedge, the inflation and so forth. So that's a great thing. It being still so high, I think it's going to go low because of all the things happening in the back end. But if it does maintain its price or goes up from here, this, it's fantastic. It's fantastic news for the crypto market in general, and more people are going to flock to it, knowing that Bitcoin could not be shaked from 20k or 17,600, which was the low that we recently did. And there's too much buy pressure, and people are going to be like, this is the asset of the future. This is where I can park my funds, knowing that I won't lose out to inflation and so forth. And maybe we could finally decouple from the stock market. But unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. I still think that we need more adoption for people to start seeing it as the new way of life and trading. But time will tell. Alrighty, that is it for the Twitter highlights. I'll bring Wasim back in and we will jump into the adoption highlights.
Thank you. And just a quick update, guys, before I go into adoption highlights. I know we mentioned in the beginning of the stream that the BSC chain was hacked and was paused. It is back online right now. So if you do have any money on the BSC chain or any funds on the BSC chain, you can now go in and check them. I'll be definitely doing that right after this live stream. And so can you, Matty, to make sure you haven't lost anything, bud? Okay.
I just checked. I'm all good. I'm safe.
You're good. Okay, cool. Well, I haven't checked yet. I'll check after the stream. All right, guys. So first up, we have in the adoption highlight, we have 6 Swiss exchange now offering high quality cryptocurrency services to its clients. So 6 Swiss exchange is the third largest exchange in Europe after the London exchange and the what was the other one called? I forget the name of it. The BX something exchange. Anyway, after the Euro next and the London the London Stock Exchange. So it's the third largest stock exchange, and now they've made an agreement to start offering high quality cryptocurrency data to its clients. So price action, movement, order books, all that kind of stuff that they have on exchange. Now they're going to start offering that to their clients. This shows me and tells me that even the large exchanges around the world are now starting to see that crypto is here to stay and there's no shaking it. As Matthew said, we had, crypto Bitcoin holding a $17,000 mark, even though we're going through a very, very tough time right now, shows the strength of Bitcoin and where it's going to go in the future. So, it's always a great time to be buying Bitcoin. That's my personal opinion. Moving on,
I just bought some Doge. Just want to let everyone know I bought some Doge. Elon sucked me. That text message from Elon just made me buy some Doge.
Yeah, well, I've got some Doge. I'm down 97% on right now. I'll probably won't be going into Doge, but I'm definitely DCAing into Bitcoin and other projects I believe in. I'm not saying that Doge is crap. I mean, not saying it's great either, but it is a meme coin, and meme coins, unless they get more and more use cases, we'll see what happens. Moving on to VeeFriends toys coming back to Macy's. I think you're on the wrong screen, bud. Thank you. So this is the Gary V NFT called VeeFriends, which he launched in 2021. Now he launched the version 2 of it. They've had over like 10,255 NFTs. They've raised over like $50 million, some crazy number like that. But now they're actually going to be launching their toy collection, which is vinyl figurines and models, as well as plush toys that are going to be selling through Macy's, Toys R Us in brand store. Now, what this is talking about even more is that even though these VeeFriends, which started off as an inspirational NFTs, which is what Gary Vee is all about, now they're moving into other spaces, including food, including food, as well as memorabilia and other and books and things like that. So it just shows you that you can start off with an NFT brand, and if you get it big enough and strong enough, you can start going into other segments of the market. So it's a great move by Gary Vee and his community, and they're going to be looking into games and other formats in which people can use this. Next up, McDonald's starts to accept Bitcoin and Tether in Swiss town. Now, again, this is probably a bit of a clickbait headline, but they do. So there is a Swiss town called Lugano, if I said that right, which is in Switzerland, which have now partnered up and started to partner up with Tether to allow all of their businesses in that town to accept cryptocurrencies, including the McDonald's and other shops and services. It's one of those towns in Switzerland that's really adopting Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, meaning that you can pay your taxes now. They're looking at allowing you to pay your fines. You can pay your rates, everything in Bitcoin. So it's going to become like a bit of a Bitcoin town as they adapt, and more stores and businesses in that town start to adopt cryptocurrency payments. Moving on to the last one for the day, we've got Bitwise launches their Web3 ETF for institutional and retail investors. So an ETF is electronically traded fund. So what that means is this fund has about 85% exposure to Web3 type businesses and technologies and so forth. So it's an index fund that allows people to invest in Web3 without directly investing in Web3. So they've launched this. It's the first ever. It's one of the first ones that they've launched, which has obviously the Web3 ETF, as well as allowing people to get into this. So as this happens, they start to understand that more and more investors want to look at this, but don't really want to understand the technology and go deeper into this. So they've provided this index for people to invest in. And that's it from the adoption highlight. Back to you. I'll bring Matty back on the screen.
Thank you, my friend. Well, that's it. I think we've had a fantastic week. I know I have. I hope you have too. I know you've been a bit sick, mate. But guys, if you've enjoyed watching our live streams this week, because we're live these days, Monday to Friday, please leave us a comment, subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and let us know what type of content have you been enjoying watching. If you want us to make something different, feel free to let us know. We'd love to get your feedback. But that's all I want to say on my behalf.
Thank you. Yeah, same for me, guys. Thank you very much for another great week. As always, regardless of what's happening out in the world, crypto is going to keep moving. There's more and more happening in this space every single week. So this is the time to be paying attention and learning more and more about how you can change your life in this space. And for me, peace out. Have a great weekend. And see you guys on Monday and Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
See you on Tuesday. You'll see you on Monday.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.